Good morning, everyone. Attorney Samantha McCarthy from McCarthy Law in East Greenwich here for another Tip Tuesday. And today I want to talk about guardianship designations. So guardianships can be confusing because there's adult guardianships and there's minor guardianships. And we do adult guardianships for people who don't have capacity, who have special needs. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Today I'm talking about guardianships for minor children. This is one of the biggest reasons that estate planning is important for young families. So I have 4 kids, they're all minors, and so we have to talk about what would happen to our kids if something happens to one of us. And naming guardians is often one of the most difficult decisions you'll make. Your kids are, probably the most important thing to you. And also sometimes parents don't always agree what would happen. And so sometimes we see families getting caught up and not able to move forward with the plan because of the fact that they can't necessarily agree. But when you're doing guardianship designations, you always want to have a primary and an alternate. You want to make sure it's someone that knows your values, would raise your kids the same way that you would, but you also, thinking about permanent guardianship is important, right? Something happens to you, you're no longer here, who's going to raise your babies, but there's also an importance for a temporary guardianship designation. Whether that's you got in a car accident, you were on a date, someone needs to know that those babies are at home and needs someone to come take care of them. Who is that person who legally has the authorization to do that? That could be your temporary guardian, or it is more of a permanent basis, but maybe your permanent guardian doesn't live here locally, and so you need someone who, again, can get to your kids right away while the permanent guardian gets things organized, arrives to be able to take the kids and take custody of the children. So temporary guardian, someone who lives close, and make sure their contact information is available. Of course, if you have sitters or your kids are in childcare, they always need to know who the emergency contacts are, and your temporary guardian really is your emergency contact for being able to take custody and possession of your child, even if for a short period of time. The other thing that's important is to make sure there's a way for people to know who that is. So here at McCarthy Law, we do wallet cards. They reference people's healthcare powers of attorney, who their emergency contacts are, but there's also a designation we can put on those that says I have minor children at home. So if I'm driving and I get in a car accident, then someone, calls the EMTs, they come, they pull my driver's license, they see my wallet card with my driver's license, and they're able to identify, okay, she has minor children at home. We need to make sure that there is somebody figuring out where those kids are, who's taking care of them, so that they're provided for as well. And then we can get immediate copies of your guardianship designation through that emergency wallet card as well. So important to think about, who would take care of your babies if you couldn't. Obviously, it's an awful thing to think about, not something anything any of us wants to ever face. But putting a plan in place does give you a lot of peace of mind, and then hopefully you never need to use it. If you have any questions about guardianship designations or any other kinds of estate planning, especially estate planning for young families, which is so important, please feel free to give us our office a call. You can reach us at 401-541-5540, and we would love to meet with you and discuss your family and your planning.